Warning, if your impression of San Francisco is it's dangerous, filled with homeless people, it's dirty, and it's one big tenderloin, I don't want to ruin your beautiful impression of the city. Move on. Finally, if you consider shopping and nightlife major aspects of visiting a place, you can also skip this video. If you are into the great outdoors, walking, exploring, relaxing, many free activities and places, food, and views of the Golden Gate Bridge, please continue. Welcome to San Francisco. I got two things to share. One, why my neighborhood is the best area in the city, and two, many things you can see and do in this area. So if you're planning a trip or moving to SF, you might want to consider the contents of this video. Who am I? I'm the Frisco roamer. I was born and raised in the city, and I've spent time in every area in San Francisco, from the Tenderloin, various projects, and even the mansions of Pacific Heights, and every area in between, over and under. I've lived in 4 different countries and have visited over 45, and I don't say this to brag, but to emphasize that San Francisco, in my opinion, is still one of the most beautiful cities in the world, despite it being slammed quite a bit. Welcome to the Richmond District, or what I'll call the Aves, because that's what us Frisconians called it growing up. In this video, I'm going to share personal stories, history, and locations that only a true Frisconian can share. I'm not going to share everything, because I'm a firm believer in exploration, but there's more than enough here. You're going to see views of the Golden Gate Bridge, the Aves itself, Golden Gate Park, the Presidio, Land's End, Lincoln Park. Did I say the Golden Gate Bridge? Some landmarks, and more. To be honest, the Aves itself isn't that exciting a neighborhood, but we still have fun. It's a middle-class neighborhood which consisted primarily of Asians, both foreign and domestic, Russians, Ukrainians, and white people sprinkled in. We were one of the only Latinos in the area. It's a bit more diverse now, but it was a very interesting place to grow up. Me being different from most of the others, I was a prime candidate for bullying, but once my older sister earned her dangerous reputation, no one ever bothered me growing up. It's not uncommon to find Mexican, Japanese, and Mediterranean food across the street from each other. We also have some interesting people who lived here. Between 23rd and 24th Avenue and California Street, this building wasn't always there. It used to be a jet black house where the founder of the Church of Satan in San Francisco, Anton LaVey, resided. As a child, I would sprint this block because he had this insanely aggressive German Shepherd who would constantly bark and try to tear down the fence anytime anyone walked by. It scared the hell out of me. We called this place the Hell House, and that was the Hellhound. Apparently, before I was born, he had a lion. This is the Russian projects. They're not real projects, nor are they dangerous, but some of our Russian and Ukrainian friends lived here. We just call this place the Russian PJs. Green Apple Books is a Frisco landmark, before my time. It's still here. Support local businesses. If you need a book and you're in the Aves, buy here. This theater opened in 1913 and was originally called La Bonita. The 4 Star is one of the oldest theaters in the city. For me, it was best known for its old school kung fu movies that we would watch as kids. Dopest theater in the city. Now under new management, it plays an array of older movies and is also a record shop called Tunnel Records. Yes, I said records, as in vinyl. The Aves isn't without its little secret gems, and this gem I just found last week. This Mexican family who lives across from Lincoln Park, every Saturday, they set up a bakery in front of their house and they sell tamales, empanadas, and an array of other stuff. They're super cool. If you're in the neighborhood, go check them out. Really good. Hell, over here you can get some free wood. The Aves has quite a variety of restaurants. I don't eat out much, but I'll share some restaurants just to show variety, from Asian to Mexican, European, and more. If you see a star on a clip, it means that it's a long-lasting establishment and probably been around before I was born. I'm not going to go into which restaurants are gluten-free. This is San Francisco. It's extremely easy to eat gluten-free here. This is Geary Street, which has lots of shops and restaurants. Hey look, there's a 38 Geary bus. It can take you all the way to your favorite spot, the Tenderloin. You can get off on O'Farrell and Leavenworth and get your dose of the TL since it's such a hot topic. Homeboy Liquors isn't there anymore, nor are the Asian gangsters that used to post up there. The 38 Geary can take you all the way to downtown or to Ocean Beach. Crosses the city from east to west. That long line is for RC Cult Bakery. Never been, but must be popular because the lines are long. Next up is Clement Street, and from Arguello to 12th Avenue, it's considered Little Chinatown. This area has lots of places to eat, and every Sunday morning, they have a street market selling a variety of foods and wares. You want to come here if you're visiting the Aves. From 34th to 39th Avenue, Balboa has a little strip going on. We would come here during lunchtime at Washington High School, while I would have my bag lunch and my friends would buy food. It's got some nice restaurants and another landmark, the Balboa Theater. I've seen many a movie here. Next up is Baker Beach, an easy walk from my house. Now I'll be honest, I hope you're not coming to San Francisco for the beaches. The water's cold, the current's dangerous. Hell, I've never even swam in the water and I spent most of my life in the city. My brother's like the only person I know who's jumped in. However, they are still worth checking out to relax, picnic, and take photos. Baker Beach is a nice stretch that offers views of the Golden Gate Bridge to the north, and you can see the beautiful cliffside mansions of Seacliff to the south. We'll work our way from the parking lot and head north and return south, and I'll explain why. But first, the most memorable story I have about Baker's Beach was when I was in the Cub Scouts, and my best friend Drop Dead's mom took us on a field trip, and we hiked around the Presidio and ended up overlooking the north side of Baker Beach. Unknown to all of us was that the north side of the beach was a nude beach, and there were naked dudes tanning fully exposed. Drop Dead's mom was aghast and apologetic, while most of us kids thought it was hella funny. Later that evening, Drop Dead's mom called all of the parents and apologized for what happened. When my mom told me about the call, we just laughed. The reason why we're heading south now is because we'll take a different exit that will lead us straight to Seacliff. Most things here are connected, as you'll soon see. Now we arrive at Seacliff, and this is one of the nicest areas in San Francisco. I've never seen homeless people, garbage, the smell of feces in this area, ever. Some people who have lived in the area are Jefferson's Airplane Paul Kantner, Metallica's Kirk Hammett, actors such as the legendary Robin Williams, Sharon Stone, Eugene Levy, my man Cheech Marin, and photographer Ansel Adams. We will soon come to an intersection. We can head up the hill and explore Lincoln Park, or we can go along the coast and hike one of the most amazing coastal trails in the city, Land's End. Let's do Lincoln Park first, but before that, we're going to check out China Beach, as you can only get there through Seacliff. Lincoln Park borders Land's End and is a golf course, playground, hiking area with great views, has memorials and monuments, but it is probably most known for its museum, the Legion of Honor. Not only that, this place used to be a graveyard, and there are still signs of it today. Quite a few of the buried have died violent deaths as well. Now, instead of going up the hill to Legion of Honor, we take the right road which leads to Land's End. We'll not complete the hike yet. We're just going to explore up to Mile Rock Beach. We'll explore the rest of it later in the video. This is Ocean Beach, a huge stretch of beach with surfers, occasionally big waves, and well, I mainly came here for bonfire parties back in the day, but on hot days I'd come out here to chill. Walking up the hill, that big rock hosts Sutro Park, but this path leads to what was the Cliff House. It used to be an old school arcade among other things, but closed down years ago. I had a lot of fun here. The game still exists, but they're at Fisherman's Wharf now. It's not a great location, not as cool, but the games are still there. The Land's End Lookout is a nice place to use the restroom and learn more about the area and purchase things if you wish. As we explore the coast, you'll see the remains of Sutro baths. These baths were before my time and are mere ruins now. We even had an amusement park called Playland along Ocean Beach, but again, all before my time. If we continue through this path, we're going to reach Land's End. This would have been the end of Land's End if we started at Lincoln Park. Remember I said most things are connected? We won't go all the way through, just before Mile Rock Beach. While the Aves might not be the coolest or most exciting district in the city, its location to me makes it the best area in San Francisco. With its interesting history, iconic shops, beautiful locations, and many food options, this area is a must-visit location for anyone who lives or visits the city. If you made it this far, why not like and subscribe? This is a 3-part series. If you want to learn more about my area, click on any of the 2 videos at the end of this one. Peace, and keep being curious.